Question. Did you know that sometimes the words that we use or don't use can actually either make or break our lives, either in a better way or a negative way? Let's talk about this, and I'll be right back. Hey, I'm Jan. Welcome to the Save Money and More channel with Jan, and I'm Jan. Didn't I say that a couple of times? Yes. How you doing today? Hope that everybody is doing well. Let me tell you something. Words can make or break a person because sometimes we're listening to our own dialogue all day long, whether we realize it or not, whether we speak it out loud or it's just racing in our head. We are listening to ourselves all day long. Now, in certain instances, that could be a good thing, particularly if you are a positive person in general in life. And sometimes we happen to be a little mixed bag of everything. Some days we're more positive than others. Some days situations come up and a little bit of negativity. But you know that I call it self speak. And if the self speak isn't good a lot more than the positive speak, that can have detrimental effects, in my honest opinion. One of the most frequent things that many people say, for example, is this: but I can't afford that. Well, okay. I like to swap it out with this: but I can't afford that thing or object or place or whatever right now. Because by just substituting and adding the two words right now or right this minute, but I will one day, it opens the door to hope for the future. While it may be true, but I can't afford this thing right now, it may be very valid and very true at this moment in time. But that's not your forever place. You see, you have to, all of us have to put it into perspective about things not being in a forever place. Another thing that many people tend to use, we've all used this at some time or another. Let's say you're busy doing something. Okay, no, I'm too busy. I'm too busy. I'm too busy. I'm too busy for this. I'm too busy for that. We'll get together then. Let's take a rain check on the matter or whatever. And at the moment it might seem convenient, like at that minute in time, and maybe it's valid and maybe it was necessary. I'm not saying that that's not the case. It very well could have been that type of a situation. But if we do those things, all of us, too many times, you would be shocked and sadly amazed in a sad way as to how many years have gone by. Because I can't believe, for example, like, I'm in my middle 60s, I'm 65, and it makes me wonder sometimes, like, where did the time go? And did I say to maybe one or two people on too many times without even realizing it? I'm just saying, okay, yeah, we'll do this, that, and everything else at another time. Or they might have said that, this, that, and everything else to themselves as well. But meantime, the clock is ticking. And factually, most of us are not here on a forever basis. You see what I'm saying? We have to open the door. We have to open the door to flexibility. And getting back to the but I can't afford it kind of really boxes us in. And also, it makes our plans practically worthless. Why don't we change our phraseology? Now, sometimes people say a lot of negative speak to themselves because of past failures, or for some reason or another, they listen to somebody in the background, a naysayer that might have said something not the greatest thing to you 65 years ago. I'm just goofing. But ever have a situation where you know someone that they're still affected, and they really are affected by words or sentences or phrases that an authority figure, like a teacher or a parent, or the person might have meant well but didn't choose the best words, and you're affected because you don't feel quite up to it. I'm telling you, the best thing to do is to just swap out negative feelings, negative words, and say, I can do this. I will hit my goals today. Many times people have trouble hitting goals. Why? Because number one, they don't make plans to, which is the first reason. Number two, people like to procrastinate. Yeah, well, yeah. A lot of times people just want the goal, but they don't know how to get there, or they can't figure it out, or they lack confidence due to the fact of that negative hearsay back in the day. I'm just saying, don't let those times, don't let those situations determine determine where you want to go from there. Just keep going forward anyway. Keep your goals clear. Keep your goals, because let's boil it down to the simplest of goals. Okay, not even talking about saving money in this instant. Let's say you have a goal to declutter. Spring is just around the corner, literally. And this is the time of the year where people want to start fresh and anew, obviously, and prepare for when the warmer weather comes in. Nobody wants to look at a whole bunch of clutter in the heat. Well, that's the way I feel about it. I could be wrong, but many people that I know anyway, and people want to start their mission to declutter. Let's just focus on the absolutely one idea, which, by the way, is a very helpful thing to do. When you're feeling overwhelmed for whatever the reason, just focus on the one thing. Today, I want to declutter, let's just say this, my bedroom closet. Now that's narrowing it down. That sure beats hearing, you know what, I'm going to be a weekend warrior and I'm going to declutter my entire house from top to bottom, in, out, on top of the roof, out the windows, and everywhere else. No, 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 no. Okay. Sounds good, but it also sounds quite overwhelming. You see where I'm going with that? So there are a lot of phrases that we could, take out and make it better. Today I'm going to declutter my kitchen cupboards. Or today I'm going to declutter my medicine cabinet. You see where I'm going with this? Does that seem a lot better than that thought of saying, maybe your heart wants the goal, wants the solution, but in reality, it may not work out. Now, here's another thing that people could do. I wish. A lot of people wish. I wish we had this. I wish we had that. They spend a lot of times looking around. Why can't I have it like the way so and so has it, across the street or in the neighboring apartment or the next building? Oh, look at this and that. Swap it out. Swap it out, swap it out, swap it out. Yes, they have wonderful things, but I am also appreciative of everything that I have. Swap it out, because we're listening to ourselves all day long. And if we're negative all day long, we're going to walk around probably, and is my good guess, feel like, oh, woe is me. Nothing good ever happens to me. Why don't things get better? Blah, 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 blah. So we need to pay attention, because the one person that gets to hear this all day long, the most of the time, if not all the time, is us.